Welcome all the students for today's class. In this class, we are going to discuss about the most important topic that is bond pricing theorems. Let's see the lecture objectives. To know the bond pricing theorems, to relate the bond prices and bond interest rates. Finally, the lecture outcomes are the student is able to aware about various principles related to the bond prices and also able to infer the bond pricing theorems to take investment decisions into bonds. So, bond pricing theorems play a very important role because the relationship between the bond price and various other factors related to the bonds are being discussed in this bond pricing theorems, which will play a very important role for the bond investment entities or investors. So, that is why the topic is of very important. The bond pricing theorems are set of relationships between the bond prices and bond yields. So, how the bond price and bond yields are related are going to be discussed here. And bond securities are traded on stock exchanges and are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. So, the bond securities are tradable instrument and are regulated by SEBI. So, while taking the decisions or purchasing the bonds, the study of these relationships play a very important role and improves the investment by the various people. But basically there are 5 theorems. These are known as bond pricing theorems. And the theorem number 1 is states that if the bond price increases, then its yield must decrease. So, here the bond price means the market price of bond. When the market price of bond increases, then its yield must decrease. Okay. Conversely, if a bond price decreases, then its yield must increase. Now, let us discuss about this theorem 1 in detail. So, bond price. So, bond price means the market price of a bond. So, in case if the market price of a bond increases, then what happens is the yield will be reduced. Why yield will be reduced? Because here in the market the bond prices have increased, means the interest rates of the bond the holders have increased. So, which means already issued bonds may not attract that much by the existing investors. So, this way they shift their investments from the current bond to the newly issued bond because they are paying high. That is why the current bonds may not be attractive. This way the price of the existing the yield of the existing bond may decrease. That is why the market price of bond, when it increases, then the yield will decrease. So, this is what a theorem 1 of bond pricing. Now, what is the theorem 2? The bond price variability is directly related to the term to maturity. So, bond price variability, the bond price may increase, may decrease. So, this variability is directly related to the term to maturity. So, when bond price increases, then the term to maturity is more. When bond price reduces, then the term to maturity will be less. So, the increase in the price of a bond when the interest rate goes down by a certain percentage is greater than the decrease in its price when the interest rate goes up by same percentage. So, this is what we call it as a theorem 2. So, let us try to understand this once again. The increase in the price of a bond. So, the market price of a bond, there is an increase in the market price of a bond when the interest rate goes down by certain percentage is greater than the decrease in its price. So, in the theorem 1 we discussed that when the interest rate, when the market price increases, bond yield decreases. So, that yield percentage wise how much it is going to decrease or how much it is going to decrease, increase when you look at. So this bond price variability explains that. So the increase in the price of a bond when the interest rate goes down by a certain percentage is greater than the decrease in its price when the interest rate goes up by the same percentage. Theorem 3. Price volatility is inversely related to coupon. Coupon means the interest amount. So price volatility, so the increase or decrease of price is inversely related to coupon. Coupon means interest rate. So when interest rate is more, then the price volatility will be less. When the interest rate is less, then the price volatility will be more. So this is known as the theorem 3. So where in the longer time to maturity of a bond, the higher will be its price sensitivity. So in the bond price, when the duration of the bond is more, like 10 years bond will have more bond sensitivity, whereas 1 year, 2 year bond may have very less price sensitivity, because the chances of change in the interest rates are less. That's why the sensitivity will be less. So this is what the theorem 3. And the theorem 4 states that between two bonds of same maturity but different coupons, between two bonds of same maturity but different coupons, the bond with lower coupon will experience more price sensitivity than the one with the higher coupon. So means the between two bonds of the same maturity, say for example there are two bonds who are having same maturity, let's say 10 years maturity, but one particular bond has the lesser coupon rate, the other bond has the more coupon rate. So the bonds with the lower coupon rate will experience more sensitivity, because the coupon that is offered on this particular bond is less. That's why this particular bond will experience more price sensitivity than the bond which are offering higher coupons, because already it is giving the higher coupon. So the investors are not in a position to withdraw, so the sensitivity will be reduced. So that's why the theorem 4 states that when two bonds of the same maturity with the different coupons, the lower coupon will experience more sensitivity, whereas higher coupon will experience less sensitivity. And the theorem 5 is a decrease in the bond's yield will rise in the bond's price by an amount that is greater in size than the corresponding fall in the bond's price. So we have discussed in the first theorem, when the bond price increases, then the yield will decrease. How much that is going to decrease is expressed in the theorem 5. So what is the percentage? A decrease in the bond's yield, a decrease in the bond's yield will rise the bond price. So we have seen in the first theorem, by an amount that is greater in size than the corresponding fall in the bond price. So but here theorem 5 discusses to what amount that decrease in the price and to what extent that there is an increase in the yield. So that is what we are going to discuss here. So that is in the downward sloping. So price to yield curve is in downward sloping, and it is also price to yield relation is convex to horizon. So the curve of bond price and yield relation is convex to horizon. So this bond convexity is nothing but a measure of curvedness of price yield relationship. So how the price and yield are going to related is expressed with the bond convexity. And now we can see a small video on this, and now let's conclude this. Price and interest rates move inversely, means when bond price increases, the interest rate will decrease or the yield will decrease. A decrease in the interest rate rises bond prices more than a corresponding increase in the in the rates lowers the price, means a decrease in the interest rate rises bond prices, which is by more than a corresponding increase in the interest rate lowers the price. Price volatility is inversely related to coupon. So when coupon rate increases, the price volatility less, and when price volatility is more, the coupon rate will be less. And the price volatility is directly related to maturity. So when there is a more time, then the relative price volatility will be less and mean more. And when there is a less time for maturity, then the price volatility will be less. And the price volatility increases at diminishing rate as maturity increases. That is convex to horizon, the curve between the price volatility and the yield. Now let us see a small quiz. If bond price increases, then its yield must decreases. Yes. And the bond price volatility is indirectly related to the term to maturity. No, it is directly related. And if the bond's yield does not change over its life, then the size of discount or premium will either decrease or increase. Exactly, it will decrease. And the bond price yield relationships is whether convex in nature or concave in nature. Yes, convex in nature because convex to horizon. Right, thank you. Thank you very much for participating.